this puppy going. Play a block game today. How is everyone doing? And get a chat tech check. Where are we at? There we are. All right. Howdy how. Definitely. I think the question is, a pretty dramatic title for the live stream, and it's true. I had a close friend growing up. Her name's Chelsea. She's been very open and public with her story, which anytime I talk to victims of assault or sexual assault, I 100% throw it into their avenue of it's up to you the degree of openness or the degree of closed doorness you want. It takes brave decision making to go either way. And for Chelsea, she's decided to be open about the events which happened to her, which it's very unfortunate and sickening, honestly. Now, I make my living as a counselor, right? So I'm a therapist. I work for Mayo Clinic, and I also live a life where I have a lot of issues too. Now, mine's not related to sexual assault. It's related to my experiences in Iraq. But any time I see patients with just these deep histories of assault or abuse, and they're standing up to do something about it, it absolutely amazes me. And I want to make this very clear too. I'm a substance abuse counselor. So my friend, she doesn't have that issue. She's not a patient of mine. She's literally a person I grew up with. And I grew up in an amazing metropolis of Henderson, Minnesota. If you ever pull it up on Google Maps or drive through it, you probably wouldn't realize you drove through it. It is that small. I think when I was growing up, there's about 700 people in town. Nowadays, 900? So huge growth in the last 30 years. I'm going to get my first death of the stream trying to climb a ladder. But as stated before, though, Chelsea, she's a survivor of assault. And probably one of the most horrific ones, too. Like, I know it's not... everyone's horrific, but reading the police report, reading her testimony, and seeing the scars and damages not only to her but to her place as well, has a huge emotional impact as a human being. And I think it's a tragedy, an absolute tragedy, that we even have to have these conversations. And I want to make this the next part in my core philosophy as a human being. Um, uh, Victims, survivors, however you want to phrase it, it's not your fault. Um, it is the person's fault who perpetrated the crime. Um, Now, I think all of us, we can look at the worst days of our lives and find learning lessons in there, but I don't even know if I would even have a lesson to pull up for Chelsea on this one. When the person leaves a bail hearing for previous violence against her and goes straight to her house, barges through the door, it just the entire thing just blows my mind away. And my friend Chelsea, she's had well over 22 broken bones. She had 2 hand surgeries, wrist surgeries today, many more to come. Um, was it just the even the quotes on monetary damages? Her apartment will require an $8,000 crime scene cleanup, which, from my understanding, because of the public outcry to the tragedy she's had, it looks like that's been donated for her, which it shouldn't even be necessary to begin with. Some hero in my eyes donated a bed towards her. Amazing. But even after that, then you got to imagine hospital bills going forward. Once again, this isn't something she did to herself. Like, I'm all about that. You know what? If you go out there and you play stupid, then you break your hand. You probably should pay for stupid. But when somebody violates you like that, and now you're forced to have monetary damages because of it, and let's face it, this shitbag isn't ever going to pay his bills. Like, oh, good, restitution. And he's making 10 cents an hour stamping out license plate for the rest of his life. He'll never be able to make the amount of money to pay back this one horrible day, one horrible event. It's not even possible. The good news is when she was found, she was able to identify her attacker very clearly to the police. So he was found within 24 hours and been rearrested, and um, you know, is awaiting his next bail hearing for the new charges. From my understanding, it's set over $1 million. I don't think, well, I don't think anybody's going to spot him the 10% needed for the bail system. If they do, they're shitbag too. I don't know any way to put it. That and yes, I understand. Everybody has the assumption of innocence until proven guilty in the court of law. Blah blah blah. But when you leave your handprint and your victim's blood on the fridge, and it's confirmed to match of the fingerprints you left at your bail hearing in less than a day earlier, I think most of us can be pretty confident about the presumption of innocence there. Um, so I don't feel any um, internal conflict about being pretty direct about that either. Um, with it now, going forward, not just hospital bills. So okay, she's fortunate in my head. I don't, or I shouldn't say, I have a presumption of her having insurance through her work because she works for a county government. So I'm assuming, hopefully there's something reasonable there. But even the best insurance plans these days still have copays. So if we could donate a few bucks that way, that would probably help. If there's one thing I know about gamers too, we're pretty in touch with the world around us, and we got our feels. No, we want to play our video games and be happy, and see if we can help other people achieve that too. Um, but after her medical bills, and you got to think about her cell phone. The dog, I don't know what's going on with the dog. I think it's getting shopped with a friend. My understanding is, unfortunately, the dog had to go to the vet too. And I don't think there's a place in the world with vet insurance, so she'll have vet bills that way. Cell phone bills while she's in the hospital. God forbid. And all you can do all day long is sit around and, work on healing, and your phone gets shut off. That would just like insulting. And then, yeah, rent still needs to be paid, even if you have the coolest landlord in the world. Eventually, they're going to face the pressure of I got to pay my bills too. So there's just there's the effects are just ongoing with it. So if we can donate at all, the link is in the stream. It should be in the description. It'll be in the description of my videos going forward for a while, because we know compassion's not a one-time thing. Um, and in my head, I did the GoFundMe under my name. If you're curious at how much I've donated, you can go ahead and look that up. Um, but I also understand that's not going to be the only time I throw a couple bucks that way. Um, how much you can when you can with it. And I think $5 can be just as impact as $500 is. Whatnot. Many small donations can take it a long way. And her story has been received such an outcry that she has received some support, which is good, because a lot of victims of domestic violence or sexual assault don't receive any support at all. And I think that speaks of a tragedy inside of our society in general. And it's sickening to me. It really is. Um, it blows my mind away. The entire thing. Um, so, uh, now, domestic violence in general, why is it such a horrible crime? So the way my head thinks about it is it's a crime you commit to somebody you love the most. So, those who we love the most, we hurt the most. And because of all of our emotional attachment to it, it becomes deadlier and deadlier with it. Oh no. Burn. In conversation about domestic violence as I melt zombies. Um, but there's ways for you to lay hands on another human being. Um, it regulate your emotions. Let's start with there. I think the key identifier of being an adult is your ability to regulate emotions. And if you can't do that, you're a child. Come back when you're an adult. You'll live with your mommy again. I'm so angry. I know you're angry. Control it. Um, and then if you can't control your emotions, you're a danger to yourself and others. I deal with depression. When my depression was so severe over the last year, I did the adult thing. I raised my hand, said I can't handle this right now, and I went and got help. And I've been pretty open about that myself, where I've been in loony lockup twice over the last year, and then of course I had a. You didn't see that. Do. And then I went to the VA PTSD program. Got some help on there. Boom. I'm an adult. When something's wrong, I go get help. Doesn't seem too complicated. And that's sorry. Severe sinus infection, and I got like nasal drip. Oh, I'm probably nasally sounding. Um, but I always view seeking help as a sign of strength. Um, and going down it, I think we are strong people. Um, so let's prove it. When we need help, go and get it. Um, okay. Well, I've been dying in here a lot lately, so we'll leave those. Get a couple of these. I don't got enough diamond blocks. I need 4 diamond blocks. I got enough. Okay. All right, yeah, let's buy some templates. I'm all over the place. So we're going to Guruplant. We're going to buy some templates for my Hall of Armor. So, as we see, I think we're adding 3 today. So, all right, not the victim's fault. If you have issues, go out and get help for it. Period. My stance on domestic violence is I don't see how somebody could hurt somebody they love like that. It blows my mind away. It's unfortunately it was I won't say like the severe part of my childhood, but it was out there, it's sickening. So I don't share. Maybe I do share too much, but like I think of the angriest I've ever been, the most hurt I've ever been, and when I threw my first wife out. Now, the amount of anger and hurt I felt. Because I found out about 2 affairs before I even told her about it. And not even then did it even phantom in my head, I should hurt her for this. Like it blows my mind away how that thought process even happens with people. Not only that, but I'm not even going to go there. It's nobody nobody ever fixed my stuff. I wanted to see what they would do. They did nothing. Get out of here. You can graffiti anything around here these days. Although I put boom up and they made it into okay boomer. Yeah, it's unbelievable. And I'll refill that up some. Going down. Right. And glasses. Did I just fly through lava? I'll flow through lava. Oh, thank you. Where's Guruplant stuff at? Whoa. Oh, geez, redstone. Hello, Iron Knight. It's just it's unexcusable. Oh, I need glow ink. Where does it? Is this it? Is it 2 diamond blocks? Oh, I ordered 6 though. Well, we're pretty low. We need a few more diamonds. I got candles on me, no candles. Ooh. It's fun where all my elytras went. Yeah, gotta head back to the base. Unprepared for a diamond dig. Well, my ear itches. Alright. Take a bite. Well, we gotta pause. Thought it was an elevator. Here it is. Alright. Oh! No, Sorry. I just realized that the sinus infection being so infectiony, probably quite the mouth breather right now, cheerleader. So I'm gonna just pause for a moment and finish my slice of pizza. Um, I can't decide, like, how am I going to rephrase this nicely? I think as a parent, it's a very tricky corner laying in. But, like the single parent versus the, um, having your kids together. And so, like, my wife and I were very good to each other. She's far better to me than I am. Coming out. Yeah, I'm right next to my Wi-Fi, and I got gigabyte Wi-Fi. Sorry. So, I think like as a parent, the idea of like dropping the kids off at mom's house, like oh that'd be kind of cool to. But I think I see where the true tragedy in it though is. Yeah, one weekend would be nice, not to have the kids, but every weekend not to have the kids, or every week not to have the kids, or they'll only have the kids for 2 days of the week. Man, that would just that would hurt. So I feel a lot of compassion for parents in that regard. I truly, truly, truly believe that our children are better off with us in their lives than us not in their lives. Um, I'm digging. And a couple empty shoulders. We need to get to. And we'll be good to go. Yep, thank you, love. Oh, that's right, my wife. You grab my medications for it too. Yeah. Sorry. As a medical professional, I'm supposed to tell you your nasal decongestion, measure out, and take the recommended dose. Ugh. Yep. I'm ugh. Nothing like Sprite and Robitussin. Ugh. Dreadful. No, I got a really, really bad sinus infection. In fact, I was prescribed antibiotics and steroids for him. Mm-hmm.
You didn't take this one yet?
Not the evening dose, no.
Okay.
Yep. So. Oh boy. So. All right. Where to now? See, I've been making these tunnels, but I think I've popped out further along than I want to down there. So I think I'll be going in a new direction. I got more lights than that in here. All right. No, here we are. Let's see those. All right, I'm a fan of speed digging, so I like to go 2 out and just go in a straight line. Now let me know if it's unbearably dark, but I really need to get the 14 more diamonds. So I'm gonna have to make light holes occasionally. So Yep. So I guess in general, the theme of the stream one is bring awareness to domestic abuse issues. And number two, if we can pitch a couple bucks to Chelsea to help her out, I always appreciate that. Um, well, I think the balance and the tragedy of it all is that despite the great evil in the world, there's also great kindness too. And it what is it? It's like Vision from Marvel, right? Where Ultron's over there destroying the world because Ultron is only focused on how evil humanity can be. Where Vision counters them and is like, it's there's also great beauty in the world too. And I think that despite the absolute nightmare that Chelsea's going through, that hopefully the kindness of others can take the edge of the flare off of it. And then I keep going to victims of sexual assault or survivors of sexual assault, and it's not uncommon. That's the saddest part with it. Um, Absolutely not uncommon. You know, it was it something like 1 in 5, maybe worse than that. 1 in 4. Then 1 in 26 men. Yeah, it's like it's not just a random person from a state you've never been to and never heard of before. It's not just Chelsea. It's our sisters, our mothers, our wives, our daughters, our aunts and uncles, the perfectly happy, we think, neighbor kid. Absolute tragedy. It's not just sickening, but it's definitely sickening. I think it's a call for men to do better. Now the problem is with men, is if we're yelling at the people who are watching this, probably aren't the people out there doing these crimes. No, I don't think they would have the fortitude to raise up and say, "Hey, I did this." So it ends up preaching to the choir, which that doesn't damn well help a damn thing either. And it pisses me off. It pisses me off that we have to, not that we have to have conversations. We should always have conversations, but that conversations are even needed. Like, get out of here, right? Once again, that's our sisters, our mothers, our daughters. Tragedy. And then 1 in 26 men. So that's woo, finally got some diamonds. Okay, pointing up. But 1 in 26 men. So my guess is that came from a small town of Henderson, a town of 700 growing up. High school class was our town and the next couple towns combined. Right, so that combined to a total of 100 kids in my graduating class, LSH, class of 20, oh yeah, just 2006, 06. So there's about 100 of us in there, which means four of us have been sexually assaulted. That's pretty damn tragic too. No, you don't hear about that. I mean, 1 out of 26. So even for men, Now, chances are, if you hang out in a barber shop long enough, there's going to be a guy who walks through there that's been sexually assaulted, too. And with 1 in 4 women, it's a guarantee. Which, man, that's sickening to even say it. You go into a beauty salon, and at any time, maybe buy your girlfriend or your wife a nice feel-good thing. And if there's 2 hairstylists and two customers in there, you probably one of them's guaranteed to have been assaulted before. That's a fucking tragedy. It's an absolute shame. It's sickening. Go to the gas station. If there's 4 gas station clerks working there, like you think of the untold numbers too. What, 8 billion people in the world, and 2 billion of them have been sexually assaulted. 1 billion. And it's too taboo to talk about. Thank goodness I'm not monetized. I wouldn't want to be monetized if I couldn't talk about needed issues, but it's it shouldn't be in the shadows.
1 in 4 women have experienced.
Yep. So even after the sexual assault, just the violence part of it, there's plenty of terror to go around without adding rape on top of it. But what did I? Is it previously found place? Looks like it. 1 in 4 women experience domestic abuse in relationships. 1 in 9 men. Heck, I think I even qualify for that. I was slapped across the face in my first marriage once. You sure don't talk about that, because it's taboo. She loved me, so why the hell did she hit me, right? Just because you can take the hit doesn't mean you should be taking any hits. It's the entire circle is just nauseating. The most dangerous phone calls for policemen to go to, right? Isn't the planned out massacres, that kind of stuff. It's when 2 people are falling out of love, it gets more cops killed than anything else. What the heck did I just fall into? Shoot. Then we're going down. And we wonder why cops can be such dicks, right? At any moment they could be shot. It's going to, oh, okay, loud argument on 4th Street. Is this going to be the one where I yell at 2 kids? Or is this the one where I'm going to get shot? Yeah. Oh, that's even a great point there too, Iron Knight. Went into the emotional abuse side of things too. When you come on, what just happened? What got me? I got guided by a creeper? No way. Alright, we're at 2 totems and 1 death for this stream so far. Can't believe a creeper just got me. I didn't even know there's a creeper around. Emotional abuse. Yeah, there's a huge difference between offering harsh criticism and abusing somebody with your criticism. Once again, it's in. I want to say it too. There's a difference in this category. Um, so, like me being tough on my son is different than me emotionally abusing my son, right? Um, but I think as a parent, it's my job to reflect. Am I crossing this line? Where am I doing this wrong? How can I do it better? So that's where, with my anger and my outbursts that I can have, I try to darn well reflect every time with it. And most importantly, do better. It's one of those conversations I have with my 7-year-old. Hey, Daddy's not perfect at this, but Daddy sure is trying. And a lot of people, well, geez, when I was growing up, my dad had me pick my switch, and I did just fine. Yeah, yeah, you did. I'm genuinely, I'm happy with that. I'm glad you did fine. Um, but when in the few times I have spanked my child, it never felt right. I'm not condoning parents or saying it's wrong. Just raise your kid the way you choose to, and don't let spanking turn into abuse. I think we can all agree to that, right? It's not super controversial on that one. And then always, of course, make sure we're disciplining for the right reasons at the right time, blah, blah, blah. I can't see anything. Where am I? Am I looking up? Am I looking down? Oh. Don't laugh at me, Kate. Yeah. We spank out of discipline. We don't spank out of anger, I guess, if you are going that route with it. You should see me spank. But I think it's having a relationship built with a child and letting them know your disappointment. It seems to be more effective than anything else. I don't know. So I get annoyed watching yeah. Let's be real. Most of us are gonna for one reason or another, we're all probably gonna get our children in therapy. Honestly, if you raised your children perfect, you're a far better person than me. But I think our job as parents is to always do better, right? Now, my parents, they have very, very different forms of how my parents grew up in. And me, I think a lot of people that have had very bougie lifestyles might say the way I was raised was absolutely horrible too, in some regards. With it. I think my parents are worse in their adult lives than they were when they were raising us, but that's a different matter with it. But I can find compassion for my parents because despite their faults, they gave me a much better shot at life than what they had. Ooh. Ah. Yeah, weird game music just came in strong on and I can't remember what A and B is on this computer. All right, 1 second. I'm gonna stuff my face a little bit. Give me a second. Test. Test, test. What? Marco.
Is my phone up?
Marco. Nothing. No.
It's a little behind,
Oh my goodness. Twice I went on long rants. Like my first rant there, which is muted. By the time I ate to the time you showed up was just an epically good rant. One of the few times I've been talking nonstop. Yeah. I was gonna say I do not. I don't get the cheat code for TikTok at all. And I don't understand how to grow on that platform. Like YouTube, I know the grindy way to get subscribers on YouTube. You know, I can grind out the short business like nobody's business. And honestly, you know, if I kept at it, I'd probably be over 2,500, 3,000 by now. Huh?
she says 11,000.
Well, teach me your ways, master. I mean it. Like, how do you do it? How do you crack the TikTok code? Because, like, my theory was you just go around liking everybody's videos, and they come back and like yours. Then it's like a weird like for like scheme. I'm not about that business. But my guess is like more than 10 people like Minecraft videos on TikTok. Oh, inappropriate videos. So I gotta show my tits. I'll show my tits for followers on TikTok. My wife might have to cover her face in shame. Like when we dated, those were pectorals. Now they're men breast. Breast. No, inappropriate videos. How do you make inappropriate Minecraft videos? Something like that. I grew on OnlyFans back. No, I'm joking. Yeah. I'll do Minecraft feet videos. And then I'm getting all the followers. It's channels where the person's just where they sit around and people buy them food. I'm like, yeah, I could do that. Mukbang. Like, I absolutely could do those videos. And shit, this kind of even rolls into a little bit on topic or awareness topic of it. Is everybody has their own kink, right? Some of y'all watching this, maybe not watching it right now as we film, probably. But some of y'all are into some weird things, actually. Like that's your own darn business, though. Chesticles. But you know, that's your kink. As long as it's safe and consensual, have at it. You know, you do you, rock stars. Whatever. If you're a child, you only do it in the sanctity of marriage. But if not, birth control doesn't stop diseases. And some of y'all. Well, birth control is not STD control. Birth control is not consent. Consent is not the hardest thing in the world to figure out, but honestly, some jackasses can't. Yeah, it's a shame that we even have to have conversations like this. Absolute bloody shame. Okay, well, the camera's in the way. I'll move it. It's all about the side hustles. Hey, if you're a prostitute and you want to make some money, and it's not a human trafficking situation, Iron Knight, ain't making money for an overlord somewhere. You know, you do you, man. $20 is $20. And I'm hoping someday YouTube will be a side hustle. And it's just a hustle. It's in $20, it's $20. Mm-hmm. Mind your business. Christmas is around the corner. Always my goal for my YouTube was for YouTube to pay for one Christmas present per child. Might have to adjust that to next year. Just one. One present per child. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Weird, alright. Flying through vines will knock you out of flight. See over here again. Ah. No. Yeah, for two. Yeah. I'll do. Where was he? It's down here more. Like, I'm not feeling like, not a gripe about the shopping district idea. I like shopping district. I just wish it was on top of the mountain, because I'm really not feeling this cave in the slightest. Oh. No, I don't got that armor yet. I don't think I have these armors. I have to go to my Hall of Armor to find out. Yeah, just throw them in here for now. Lost my normal armor. Whoop. You can see. Flying in my nether tunnels. And died and my armor disappeared, but everything in my inventory was on the ground. The armor I was wearing was nowhere to be found. Yeah, my nether tunnel is supposed to be a safe place. It's funny, I was actually fixing the ceilings so I could fly through them safely. Tombstone. Pepperoni. Barbecue brisket, not bad. When we go to the fancy pizza places, I like the barbecue chicken. Down in Sevierville, Knoxville, Tennessee, our fancy pizza place is Bellacino's from Casey's. And we just got a Casey's, man. I'm missing that pizza. And this is a great Iowa tradition. I'm still mad that y'all removed box caps or the cutoff from the thing in the pizza. The Casey's down here. It's just like we never heard of this box things. Whoa, I need to get one more anyways. Okay. It's also a very weird culturally speaking. So we always think of Minnesota as a very liberal place, and then we think of Tennessee as a very conservative place. The problem is I went from very rural Minnesota to city Tennessee, so it still is a culture shift, but not necessarily in the way I thought it would be. Like, nope, city people everywhere are about the same, and country folk everywhere are about the same. Okay, so this is different than that. Not the same. Ow! I ordered that wrong. I think I ordered it wrong. Oh. Let's see. Stronghold. What would the Stronghold armor be? What's the real name of it? Is that was End City? Well, if he managed to collect payment already, because he's a sniper like that, then he can keep it. But if he didn't collect payment already, then we'll pretend I knew right off the bat. Even sounds a bit loud. Yeah. Yeah. Let's drop it in general onto there again. There we go. Man. Shouldn't have hit the Robitussin like I did. Starting to feel tired. Yay, sunflowers on. We like sunflower in these parts. I imagine him over here just taking payment. Like, no, 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 no. You were already here. No returns accepted. I'll hash that out with you. Game sounds while recording. So, I believe the way YouTube does it is um, the microphone itself is capturing the sounds that the game puts out. So it's not like the game sounds is routed into the YouTube game capture method. It's just recording what it hears. So on the phone, the speaker's by the microphone, so the microphone's picking out what the game does. Um, I believe. So that's why, like, I can't just mute myself or mute the game. It's I'm totally muting me, or I'm totally or muting all output. So that's why I have to go into the settings to turn the volume down. I'm pretty sure that's how it works on on the YouTube app. Now, I want to do screen recordings, which it might pause it if I try. I'll see if it does. So um, I don't know. Can you see the little thumbnail of the camera that I'm circling on right now? I'll just continue to circle it until the screen catches up. Okay. Um, but when I record, it gives me the options to record media or media and mic. And so the program I record with, which is the default one for Android, does separate the two, where YouTube Live doesn't. Or the YouTube mobile recording. And I don't even know if like this, like when I hit my bubble where my face is, then I get a drop down menu for, do I want to turn the camera off, turn the microphone off? Um, which that doesn't make sense either, because if I did that, then does the entire game go mute when I mute it? Oh, you're not an Android user. Oh, on that makes more sense. It really does. Because one of my first episodes in Minerockin season one, I did it on my iPad, which bigger screen makes a lot of sense. Um, but it didn't let me capture game sounds on that. I recall that. Where the entire time I shot a whole video, and it was like one of my first videos, and I thought I captured all the sounds. Then I put it up there, and me being brilliant, I didn't rewatch my own stuff. And Sunflower's like, "Oh, I thought you were quiet on it on purpose." I was like, "No." Sunflower fixes me again. It also proves how next level even Sunflower is that she watches all of our videos all the time. Um, I gotta, what are these names? Right. Is it 19 different templates? I got 14 up here. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Yeah, for me, I actually I return to work. I think it's like next Tuesday or Wednesday. I gotta de-boomify my actual office since I work from home. I get all that set up and rolling. So, um, like behind me, burp, somewhere. Yeah, that's my gaming rig. But my actual office is where electronics and now Legos and crap are stored. So I'm going to be paying the price on that sooner rather than later. But you know me though, Iron Knight, man. I'm like a techie nerd. Like I genuinely enjoy the techiness of everything. I'm in a dance group on Facebook, and I ended up like trying to teach a guy everything about computers so he could buy a good laptop. Then I was like, screw it. Just sent a couple links to reasonable laptops in the price range he was looking. Like, your dad. You should know how to internet by now. If you don't, here's the resources, but they're going to be your Google machine. But then inside of me, I was like, but I want to rise to the occasion today. So, all right, how long have we been live for now? Over an hour. All right. Well, it is still a school night, and I'm still a bum. So, why don't we start calling it a night? I'm very happy with the conversation I had. The conversation you'll miss because I was on mute. Like that part of the stream, I was on fire. And that was like the best solid 15 minutes of ranting I've ever had. Um, Maybe the best of my life. And I get paid to talk for a living. So, when I know when my rants are on fire and when they're not. Um, but the big deal tonight was one, see if we could do a little bit of fundraising. Obviously, I wasn't expecting millions, but just awareness, both the fundraiser as well as the core issue at heart. I want to thank everybody who's watching it currently or watching this in the future. I do appreciate it, and it's a tough topic. Um, and if you're a survivor, my heart goes out to you, and I can't wait to hear about all of your post-traumatic thriving that you do after the fact. We are not defined by what others do to us. Um, we're defined by our actions. And if you're a perpetrator who sees this now or in the future, um, do better. Get help. It's do better. Get help. Um, figure out a way to do that. Um, I'd probably start with your therapist, and if you don't have a therapist, go find one. No, nobody in the world's perfect, and that's why it's a shame when this happens to somebody. Because we got enough problems without terror landing on our plate. But I hope everybody has a very good night, weekend, whatever we got going on. Make great decisions, and I'll see you all around. Adios.